Hey, folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. There's the phone number on the bottom of the screen and the email address to contact me and all the ways to find us on social media. Now, I want to give, before we get started, let me just do this. It's not a sports show, but I can't help it. Georgia fans, sorry, just say it. Give me number 47. Just a minute. I wanted to talk about baseball. Now I'm going to talk about college football. I do not, and obviously Alabama fans will argue with me that they're winning decisively. They are winning, there's no question. There's not a time in the game when you wonder when Alabama, if they're going to win. I know that's all the argument I will get, but I do not understand why they get the coveted number one spot. I do feel LSU is number one, but that big win over Florida launched them. Now, Florida is still number 9 above Georgia. So I know this morning, this right here, top 10, with Georgia rounding out the bottom of number 10, they are smoked. I mean, Georgia fans are smoking. I will say this, there's a big difference in high school and college, okay? And by the way, speaking of high school, I want to give a big shout out to the Gilmer Bobcats for winning their first region game in 3 years against Southeast Whitfield last Friday night. So a big shout out to them. But Georgia fans are all the way down there at number 10. And I'm a 11 hats on the ball kind of guy. I mean, I like high school football. A lot of times you talk to the high school coaches, they want to get 11 hats on the ball, 11 hats on the ball. Georgia does not play 11 hats on the ball. They never play 11, my opinion, 11 hats on the ball. And it results in Georgia always leaving a loose field for big plays, big gains, and losses. That's just my opinion. Strong guys. You can have 11 strong men in that defense, but if you leave a loose opening, they gain and they get in the end zone and they win. And to me, Georgia always leaves that opportunity for somebody to beat them out there the way they play. I know I like Georgia. Now, the Big Ten, Alabama 6-0, LSU over Florida. I think LSU, now Florida dropped the number 9, and that is really smoking Georgia fans that are looking at themselves under Florida. Notre Dame, Georgia fans are yelling, but we beat Notre Dame. But I tell you what, the Big Ten, look at Penn State and Wisconsin. I think this year it's the Big Ten is being looked at. I tell you, Penn State beats Michigan. Watch Penn State creep up, possibly. They're playing good football. They really are. Wisconsin, 6-0, sitting above Georgia, Oklahoma, Ohio State. I just don't understand Clemson being at number 3. Maybe you feel they're shaky and they're destined to fall anytime. But LSU, I think, should be number 1. That's my thought Saturday night. So, okay, now that I've gotten in trouble for that, let's go to something else here. CNN held, and, we have a lot of problems in this country, okay? And one problem we do not have and should not have and should address, if you looked out there at the percentage of people it affects, okay? So if you took an issue in America, whether it's healthcare, okay, whether it's the opiates, heroin, fentanyl, methamphetamines, drugs in this country, if you took any issue and you did a poll, now they love to come out with the phony polls about the president of the United States, but you did a poll of how many Americans it affects, okay? The LGBTQ community is the lowest percentage. Now, I'm not against anyone, okay? No one. I don't want to see anyone mistreated in this country. I can't help you're crazy as hell. I can't help that you think you're a boy and you're a girl. I can't help that. I'm not going to bother you. I didn't get up this morning and cause you any problems in your mysterious world in your mind that you think you're a boy or girl. Now, I'm sorry. I don't care how mad you get, but you can't say that I am holding you back from fulfilling your dreams. What the hell? Woo! Damn. I can't help you crazy. Always should hold back. But CNN wants to make sure, and I will tell you why, because they're creating this false narrative about the president of the United States, but nobody's talking about what's really happening in the social fabric of this country being ripped apart, families being ripped apart, identifying as a pronoun. Now, I'm going to give my hat. Let's go to, I want to go to, it's video number 7. And I want to take my hat off to the Blaze TV. I give Blaze TV their cred. But they did a montage, and then we're going to break down a couple of them. And it's about 3 minutes, okay? A little over 3 minutes. And we're going to watch it, because this is what's wrong in America. Is let's watch number 7, the Blaze TV, the montage of the craziest damn things that happened at this CNN equality town hall that every one of these Democrat candidates pandered to. So let's go ahead and let's run that.
Anna, thank you guys. And my pronouns are she, her, and hers.
She, her, and her. Mine too.
All right.
All right, first question for the night.
To validate the pain of our transgender siblings that demonstrated earlier and that have spoken up today, especially Black trans women.
But let me tell you something. Black trans women are being killed in this country. And CNN, you have erased Black trans women for the last time. Let me tell you something.
As I know you are aware,
People are dying. Do not say. Trans people are dying. Black trans women are dying. Our lives matter. I'm an extraordinary Black trans woman, and I deserve to be here.
Hey, guys. Whoa. Yo, guys, chill out. Guys, relax.
My Black trans sisters that are here, I am tired. I am so tired. I'm just sitting there, and it's not just my Black trans women, it's my Black trans brothers too. And I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
Come here. No, I just want to ask you something. Come here. Tell me, come here. I want you to talk. What's your name?
I'm Blossom C. Brown.
Blossom, let me ask you.
Google me.
Blossom.
Please Google me.
Blossom, thank you.
And next, Secretary Castro, I want to bring in Shay Diamond, a singer-songwriter from Los Angeles. She currently supports Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Shay, what's your question?
It's Shea Diamond.
Shea Diamond.
Put that on the record.
Okay. It's on the record. Thank you.
Yes, honey. It's violence to misgender or to alter a name of a trans person. So let's always get that right first.
This is from your LGBTQ plan, and here's what you write. This is a quote. Freedom of religion is a fundamental right, but it should not be used to discriminate. Do you think religious institutions like colleges, churches, charities, should they lose their tax-exempt status if they oppose same-sex marriage?
Yes. There can be no reward, no benefit, no tax break for anyone or any institution, any organization in America that denies the full human rights and the full civil rights of every single one of us. And so as president, we're going to make that a priority, and we are going to stop those who are infringing upon the human rights of our fellow Americans.
The reason that we're here is to validate people like you. That is why we're giving, but that is why we're here. Okay, but
Not one Black trans woman has taken the mic tonight. Not one Black trans man has taken the mic tonight.
Yeah. Hang on, we can't hear you. Blossom, we can't hear you. Here, Blossom, we can't hear you.
Baby, your actions have to speak louder than words, because guess what? Not one Black trans woman has taken the mic tonight. Not one Black trans man has taken the mic tonight.
Yeah.
Show me.
Blossom.
Show me.
Blossom.
And I got to tell you, he's a great guy.
I went in on Monday, and all the national press saying Biden's going to really get nailed when he walks in to see the president every morning. He got up and he walked over to me. He said, "Well, you told me." He gave me a kiss. He leaned over. I swear to God.
What do I say? What do you say to that? Now, wow. Okay, so has it been a month ago? I came on the show because, not to go backwards, but I think you know that I'm spending a lot of time in Pennsylvania with my family. That's going through some current health issues right now. And so I've been able to talk to my nieces and nephews, 19, 17, 11, 15. I've been able to sit down and talk to these young people. And my 15-year-old nephew, we were talking about transgender, and he was telling me in schools, okay, they are trying to totally change it to where they want to know what pronoun you identify as, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you in the nicest way, if you're concerned about a transgender bathroom in Pickens County, Georgia, high school or whatever it is, or school system, if you're concerned about a transgender bathroom in Fannin County, Gilmer County, you're too far behind already. The way they got up to this, you're not picking up on the pronoun, the change in our young people as identifying what did Kamala Harris say? Let's see, she, her, and hers. I don't know. She identified her. What? Really? And then my pronoun. And Black trans women are dying. And she said, Blossom said, I'm an extraordinary Black trans woman. Okay. And then when things got worked up, the moderator said, guys, relax. Guys, relax. Maybe they identified a pronoun. Maybe they didn't want to be identified as guys. I don't know. And Shay or C Diamond, and just to get my name wrong, is violence on transgender. Tax exempt status, if your church does not. Now, obviously, Francis O'Rourke we're not concerned with, because I don't even think he made the debate stage for tomorrow night. I don't think so. And we're not concerned with him. Tax exempt status for churches gone. I said years ago, if you start interviewing for positions in your church and you don't open to everybody, there will come a time when the government will pull your tax exempt status. The one thing that Francis Beto O'Rourke has said is the Democrats are upset that he's telling the truth. And I'm not upholding him because he's crazy as hell and he's an empty suit and he never was a candidate. But the media created him. It's a perfect example of a created candidate from nothing. Poof, John Ossoff, Francis O'Rourke in the Senate race against Ted Cruz. But the point is, okay, Francis is told the truth twice. Yes, I'm going to come and get your guns. Democrats freaked over that. Yes, I don't think churches should have tax exempt status if, they discriminate, according to him, gays. Okay. So I always get in trouble, but I'm going to do it anyway. CNN sent 2 Zorros out, Don Lemon and Anderson Cooper. And that is what the debate may look like tomorrow night. Now, I'm going to take away. Here's the one. Let's go to the front runner. Now, Beto O'Rourke, the other one, looks like a transgender boy. I don't want to do that one. I don't want to do I Hear You. We're going to get rid of those videos. There's not enough time. I wanted to. Destiny, I want to play C. Elizabeth Warren's simple response to marriage equality question. Now, hold on just a minute. This is the front runner. Now, we don't know what will happen tomorrow night. We'll talk about that. But right now, realistically, Joe Biden is sucking wind, okay, because he's going to have a squeaky clean White House, okay. Right now, until tomorrow night's debate, Elizabeth Warren is the front runner, and you need to hear what she says as possibly the next president of the United States. Okay, let's go with Elizabeth Warren's simple response to marriage equality question, what she thinks of it.
Let's say you're on the campaign trail and you're approached. You have been, yes. And a supporter approaches you and says, Senator, I am old-fashioned, and my faith teaches me that marriage is between one man and one woman. What is your response?
Well, I'm going to assume it's a guy who said that. And I'm going to say, then just marry one woman. I'm cool with that. Assuming you can find one.
Let me ask you a follow-up on that.
A follow-up. Joy kill. All right. What's your follow-up,
That's
Chris?
the job. That's the job.
Yeah, okay.
You grew up conservative in a conservative household. You were Republican by party for many years. Was there ever a time that you felt differently about this issue in particular, about same-sex marriage?
No, I don't think so. I actually don't remember it. I mean, it may have been the case. I don't have notes from when I was a little kid. But I don't. And that's part of it. I mean, to me, it's about what I learned in the church I grew up in. First song I ever remember singing is, they are yellow, black, and white. They are precious in his sight. Jesus loves all the children of the world.
There, pause on that for a minute. The front runner, Elizabeth Warren, who plans to put trillions of dollars of new taxes on you for her programs, trillions of dollars, singing red and yellow, black and white. Jesus loves the little children of the world. They're all precious in his sight. Talking at an equality town hall, bypassing all the things that are really important to Americans. Look, one child identifies as transgender and wants to go to a bathroom of their choice, and 1,000 children have to make way. That's happening in communities all over. So you got 1,000 kids in school and you have 3. It's 997 kids that know how they want to identify and 3 that do not. But the kids, the 997, are being taught, and you don't know it and you're not paying attention to it, that pronoun, and everybody is bisexual. Trust me, everybody is, according to them. Now, I want to get into something because I want to talk about last Thursday, my opportunity to be in a business roundtable, small business roundtable with Congressman Doug Collins before the show ends. And there's a couple other things I want to do, but I want to get into this before we go. Give me number 4. Don't forget, timing's everything. You think this CNN town hall, number 4, Shepard Smith. Now, Shepard Smith, there are, if you go on the internet, and I'm not going to read the articles to you because I'm still vetting them, it's a possibility that he was not fighting with Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson, and other conservative hosts in Fox News. There's a possibility that he did not leave because of his integrity as a journalist. He couldn't take it anymore. He signed off Friday. There's a possibility, let's see what happens this week, that maybe sexual harassment charges or an accusation of sexual harassment, because I'm going to tell you some stuff that's going around the internet, and that's why I'm waiting. I'm not validating this morning. There's people that have lost their total career, lost their studio, lost everything they have, okay? Brett Kavanaugh, remember, had a made-up Supreme Court Justice. Brett Kavanaugh had Christine Blasey Ford and Dianne Feinstein, and they all concocted and made up a lie and claimed accusations against Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. But let's not forget, Shepard Smith, gay. Okay. Now, number 5, okay. Number 5 is Judge Napolitano. So as you tune in there today, if you've been wondering why Judge Napolitano has been getting some extra airtime, let's see how that sounds, with Shepard Smith at 3 o'clock, and maybe some extra airtime with Shepard Smith after the show. I don't know. Maybe they just go out for drinks. I don't know. Don't yell at me. But Judge Napolitano allegedly. Now I know people in New Jersey that can say they confirm this. So I'm going to go with allegedly because he probably will sue me if he hears his name. But he is allegedly gay, getting a lot of extra airtime on Shepard Smith's show. Now, okay, what's that got to do with the price of tea in China? Number 6, the Supreme Court of the United States. Since Kennedy resigned or retired, okay, there you go. Put up number 6, and let me just look at this, and then we'll take a break, and then we're going to get to Business Roundtable, something I want to talk about. Hold on, where is it now? That's Minnesota results. We talked about that. Hunter Biden, we'll get into that a little more. So hold on, I got it here somewhere. Talk about tomorrow's debate. Supreme Court decision, okay, leave that up. Supreme Court decision on, and this just came out October 11th, all right, on LGBT discrimination sets up religious liberty clash. Transgender bathrooms. Every kid's bisexual that goes through school now. I got parents out there, not my kid. Let me tell you something. When you drop them off at school and the parent drop-off line, let me tell you, between you do the parent drop-off and the parent pickup, if you only knew, and you knew the conservative areas in the country that have very, very liberal administrators that you think are just community-minded people, woo, you need to wake up, smell whatever you smell, okay? But between transgender bathrooms, every kid being bisexual, CNN, Equality in America, transgender black women, oh my God, in danger, little boys that think they're girls, Mattel putting out, okay, gender neutral, which I can't say that word right. I'll have to get Bruce to say it Friday for you, but anatomically correct, whatever. There's no such thing. They're putting them out. Mattel is gender neutral dolls, all the above. Supreme Court decision on LGBT. This is not a coincidence. Discrimination sets up religious liberty clash. U.S. Supreme Court heard oral arguments earlier this past week in 2 cases that will consider whether a part of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Civil Rights Act 1964, Civil Rights Act, Lyndon B. Johnson, a damn Democrat, prohibits employment discrimination for LGBT people. How are we going to know? At issue is whether the part of the law known as Title VII, which bans discrimination based on sex, also applies to sexual orientation and gender identity. Some lower courts have ruled in recent years it does, but lawyers for the Trump administration, as well as some religious groups, including the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops, have said it does not. Okay. The court is considering 2 cases. One is about sexual orientation, and the case involves fired skydiver in New York who has since died. A fired county government worker in Georgia, Amin Stevens, a fired funeral home director in suburban Detroit, is at the center of the cases for a gender identity. Let's see. Let me see something here. Chief Justice Roberts noted that many of these provisions include an exemption for religious organizations. He wondered if the court would be extending similar protections if it was ruled in favor of the plaintiffs. So that is going on. Okay. Let me see if I got. Wait a minute, I have one more. I think I want to get to one more. Shepard Smith, accused of sexual assault, resigns from Fox News. I'm not going to break into that because, like I said, I don't want to go there at this time. Just something going around the internet, okay? Fox News is impeachment is wrong. I'm going to get away from that right now. I'm just telling you, watch the Supreme Court of the United States. Watch what CNN is doing about trying to create a narrative for tomorrow night's debate. It's going to be a joke. Tomorrow night's going to be a joke. I will take a short break. So, Destiny, let's take the short break. And when I return, I want to go quickly through what last week took place and what I'm working on as an assignment right now, and the debate, and a little more about Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. The squeaky clean Bidens, right? Squeaky clean. Take us a break.